I kept running into how do you pay for it? How do you afford it? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the monthly cost to own a Lamborghini Gallardo. Now, this car has been my dream car for the longest time, and I've watched a ton of these videos on how much it costs, what the monthly payment is, what the maintenance cost is, and in today's video, I'm going to share all that with you guys. Now, again, this is my first supercar. This is an entry-level supercar, so I'm going to share with you guys the monthly costs, what the buying process was like, what banks I was able to work with. Again, this being my first supercar. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Let's go ahead and dive right into it and see how this goes. How did that get in here? Ugh. Surprise, surprise, guess who's hungry? The Lambo's out of gas, as usual. Now, speaking of costs, fuel is definitely something you have to factor in when owning a car like this. This car gets about 12 miles per gallon, and we're here filling her up. It's a place we're usually at, so let's see how much it's gonna cost us here. So there's our total, $73.09 is the average fill-up cost on a Gallardo. Fuel is right around $4. We got $3.99 for premium. So there it is. That is one of the costs of owning this car, but let's dive into the exact monthly payment for this car. So if you guys are new here, my name is Joseph, and this is my 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo. I purchased it about 2 months ago now, and it's been an absolute thrill to own. But one of the things that I'd always wondered before actually purchasing this car is what is the cost? Now, obviously you can go online and see the purchase price, but what are people actually paying for these cars per month? Do they pay them in cash? How does that all work? I'm gonna share all that with you guys and what my process was like. Obviously, each person might have a different situation, but I'm going to share with you guys what my monthly cost is on this car and how I financed it, which bank I used, because I learned very quickly you can't just walk into any bank and get financing. So I'm going to share all that information with you guys. Now, let's get started. So I've got all my facts and figures here on my iPad I'm going to share with you guys. So let's dive right into it. Bear with me because, like I said, I took a bunch of notes here and I'm going to share them with you guys. I kind of went in depth with this. So the purchase price for the car, what I actually paid for it, what the price of it was just under $100,000. It came in at $98,000 for this 06 Gallardo. Out the door after taxes, fees, dealer upcharge, whatever. The total price of this car was $106,000 out the door. So I put down $25,000 and financed $81,000. And now get this, I financed it for a total of 140 months, bringing the payment for the car to $1,040 per month. The insurance cost on this 06 Gallardo was surprisingly low in my opinion at $170. So the total cost to own this car for me is $1,210 a month. Now, obviously there's other things that you have to factor in, such as fuel. Like you just saw, we had to fuel up there for like 80 bucks. There is maintenance, which I haven't really had to deal with. Like I said, I've owned this car for just about 2 months now, so I really haven't had to worry about any maintenance. You also have to upgrade these cars. Now, like I said in the previous video, I'm not planning on doing anything crazy to this car, like twin turboing it or anything like that. I really just enjoy it stock as it is. So that's the case for now, unless you guys can convince me. But now let me tell you guys the process on how it worked to actually get financing for this car. Now, I thought I could just walk into any bank and say, hey, I've got a down payment. I'd like to buy a Lamborghini. Here it is, finance it for me and move on. But that wasn't the case. Let me share with you guys what happened. Now, a major problem that I kept running into is banks wanted to see you kind of grow into one of these cars. So they kept telling me they wanted to see me own a like Mercedes AMG, and then maybe a Nissan GTR, and then an Audi R8, and then build up to something like a Lamborghini. They said you can't really go from a Tesla Model 3 to something like a Lamborghini. But I didn't really want a GTR, I didn't want an R8, I didn't want to kind of go through that process. So I just kept looking for the right bank, and I talked to a bunch of friends that own supercars, and they advised me to work with somebody like Woodside Credit. They were phenomenal to work with. I applied a couple times, I didn't get approved. I worked with Danny over at Woodside Credit, and he actually made it work, and we were able to swing a Lamborghini. Now, the reason I wanted to finance it for such a long time is I wanted to keep the monthly payment as low as possible. That is what Woodside Credit is known for doing. They stretch out their payments to the point where if you go with something 200 grand or over, I think they can go up to 180 months. And their whole goal is to make ownership of a supercar as low as possible. For me personally, I'm not planning on owning this car for a super long time. I'm definitely enjoying it. I love making content for you guys. I love the car community, and I'm planning on owning this car for a long time, but definitely not 10 years long. But that is why I chose to do it. I chose to opt in for a lower monthly payment. Now, I could have paid for the car cash and just not had a monthly payment on it, but the way to afford this car, I'd rather take that money and invest it in an asset that'll generate income to be able to pay for things like this. Now, another thing that I kept coming across with people that own these cars is, so how do you pay for it? It's $1,200 a month. Do you just go to work, get your money, pay for it, and be done? I kept running into, how do you pay for it? How do you afford it? And I heard the cliche things like invest in real estate, invest in stocks, all these kind of things that I do personally. I invest in real estate. I have crypto. I invest in stocks. You name it. I've done it, and I do it, and I will continue to do it. But there is a secret sauce to owning these cars, in my opinion. It's something that worked for me, and I'm definitely going to share that with you guys. But that's worthy of a whole video, so make sure you guys stay tuned on how to afford a car like this with little overhead. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video. So that is the monthly payment on a Lamborghini Gallardo, at least for me, right around $1,200. If you guys are curious, that is what it costs. Go out there, get your Lambo, and let me know how much you pay for it. But before I let you guys go, I want to remind you, don't forget guys, don't be average. I'll see you guys in the next video.